talking about. God dog. First thing in the morning, Causeway bite. What? Slamming Sammy in the house. Sam Barbera, Louisiana Sportsman TV from Lake Pontchartrain. First thing in the morning, the 4 mile, big pre-spawn trout. Jeez, Zam. Oh, whoa. You know the thing about throwing out there and missing one and leaving the bait down there? Dudley says you get a good thump, leave the bait down. That works, because those suckers will come back after it. The Eddie, as part of your presentation, give it a couple of hops, and hopefully you feel the bite. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Very important to watch your line, especially on the initial drop, because the fish will, you toss it out and I throw it right there, it's dropping down. I'm keeping an eye on my line because as soon as it gets into the red zone, if you will, the fish may hit it. Gosh, that scared the daylights out of me. And the only way you'll be able to, know is by seeing your line move one way or another. I like the Slammin' Sammy, obviously because Dudley named it after me. So I had a tiny bit of input on what colors went into the bait. But the Slammin' Sammy kind of covers all bases. It's a tequila, excuse me, not tequila. It's a June bug top, which is purple and green metallic flake with a white belly and a chartreuse tail. So you're hitting the darks and the lights on one bait, and it kind of looks like a pogie. You want to make sure your bait's going all the way to the bottom. You're working the bait up. You're working it up a couple of 3 feet, and you're allowing the current to carry your bait. Now, of course, you're giving it a couple of jigs here and there, but the thing you want to concentrate on is getting it down to the bottom and working up. So, having said all that, this can be the result. Beautiful little speckled trout. Thumped it. Pretty good commit on the bite there. And keep in mind you're using a heavy jig head to get your bait down so you can control it where the bait's going and how it's moving. But I use a 1/2 ounce. With a 1/2 ounce bait, number one, this fish hits this bait and he says immediately to himself, too heavy. I mean, think about it. A grown man that's 200 pounds jumps in here. I think your weight in the water is considerably less. A piece of lead has no buoyancy. So as soon as he hits this, he says, and it's a he because he's croaking, he says, now, that's not it, it's not right. So he goes to spit it. Well, say you hook him. He's shaking his head back and forth. What's this big 1/2 ounce of lead doing? Going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. He finally gets that right shake, and your bait's out of his mouth. So that's the advantage and disadvantage to fishing heavy lead heads on the Causeway. When you feel that bite, the first thing you want to do is lift. Set the hook, lift, take the slack out of the line, and keep your fingers crossed. The neat thing about the Causeway is every cast is hitting the reset button. Every cast. You don't know if your next cast is going to be a 14-inch schoolie or termite, as Dudley calls them, or the next state record, which is 12.38, by the way. Leon Mates, 1950.